Quit acting stupid. With
Bobby,
Sammy,
and
Andy.
Oh, Rudy, you didn't jump out. What's up?
Sorry.
Already off the rails. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Quit Acting Stupid. I'm your host, Jamie Paredes, and joining me pretty much always is Rudy, my brother Rudy, and not joining me more often now than it should be, my brothers Bobby and Andy. Say hello, fella.
Brada. Brasna.
Hello. My lighting wasn't. I need Dion over here so he can sit in my spot so I can get the lighting right.
He can be your body double.
Yeah.
I think he'd be offended if you asked him to be your body double.
Hold on. Say that again because you're frozen right now and your sound is all choppy. I might have to do an episode of Chiquito Pero Picoso because
I pick a wonderful time to have internet issues.
Well, let me take over from here then because
I'm here.
I was on my phone too.
You were what?
I'm trying to text right now because I have things going on. What's that?
You're trying to text while we're running a two-man show here, and I'm having internet problems apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and I just realized that I didn't have my headphones on, so that's why I wasn't hearing anything. But I was hearing it lightly. Anyway, yeah.
I was going to ask you. So I ran into this situation over this past weekend. So it didn't happen to me, but I witnessed it happening. So let's say you're at some activity, we'll call it a practice of some sort, and you have your kid has his or her equipment, and practice is over, and you're all going out to the car, and you tell your kid, "Hey, grab your stuff," and they say no, and they keep walking. How does Rudy Paredes handle a situation like that? Because I know what I would have done, and I had to witness this happen to somebody else, and I kind of cringed at the lack of approach, I guess.
Okay, so don't tell me what was actually done, but if my son or daughter said that to me, and my first thing was
it wasn't like in a hateful way. It was like a kind of a, how kids can kind of show off or try to show off in front of their friends.
Yeah, they're showing off in front of their friends. So in a way, I get it, and I don't want to be too, but I think if I hear it, I say, okay, well, I'm not getting it, so it's either going to stay there, and if I'm not getting it, so it's just going to be left there, and I continue to walk off into the car. So I let her know I'm not grabbing it. That's your equipment. And if she doesn't grab it, and we make it all the way back to the car, and it's sitting there, like, yeah, sorry, and I might pretend because I'm not actually going to leave the stuff there. I paid for that stuff. So, I'm like, hey, you can either go back and get it by yourself or whatever. And then I maybe even start driving off a little bit to get them panicking a little. But yeah, I do it all the way. Shoot.
Yeah.
I might even, this is just, I'm just spitballing. I'm thinking off the dome here. Like maybe I go, so is this at a practice field?
Yes.
Or is it, so there's no other kids there? There's no other activities going on there after?
No, it's just the kid, a couple of their friends their age, a couple other parents. And so everybody's witnessing this kind of.
Sure. So for me to show face in front of the other parents and other kids, I'm like, okay, I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. So you either get it or you don't have it, and you're, you can't play with, without equipment. So I drive off, and I might even leave it there. And then, because honestly, what's the equipment? A glove? Was there a bat involved? Bats are expensive.
Well, people these days they buy some expensive stuff.
Yeah. But I'm thinking maybe I even go all the way home, like we don't have it, and then you're not playing anymore, and then maybe I go back out later and get it.
Yeah, because I mean, there was nobody practicing afterwards, so
yeah. I mean, that's drawing it out a little too much. I probably wouldn't do all that, but it is very much I'm not getting it. It's not mine.
Right.
You know, I don't, so you can either get it and play the next game, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. So what happened?
Well, first of all, let me tell you what I was thinking, because I was playing this over in my head, like, man, he just got punked by his daughter or child in front of, like, I was kind of cringy a little bit, but like I said, the kid wasn't being a jerk. It was just kind of like, haha, no, haha type of thing. And
sure,
I'm thinking, what I would have done, and I probably would have done I probably could, like you said, you could have been like, finger pointing at, blah blah blah,
right.
But I think I would have gone with the haha, continued the lightheartedness of it, and been like, all right, well, you're gonna look pretty silly when we show up to your next game and you're the only kid without a glove. And then just keep, like you said, but keep walking and keep like,
walking.
I'm not coming back for it.
Yeah.
And that's how when they would act a fool in like Target or something, I would be like, all right, well, I'll see you later because I'm walking. But then you can't look back. You have to commit to the bit.
Have to commit to it. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
what I would say too is if she or he continued on with the, well, I'm not getting it, I'd probably hit him with the quit acting stupid. Like, quit acting stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now like, quit acting stupid.
Yeah.
Get your stuff. Yeah. Like, so this doesn't persist.
Or because I was like, well, I could pull out the this is one of my go-tos where you could either, okay, well, you can either get your stuff, or I can whip you in front of your friends, and then you can get your stuff. Which one?
Right.
But that'd be a little too much, I think. So that's why I was like, anyway, so he had kind of I could kind of see, because he was kind of a little bit behind me, and I could tell he was kind of like, well, like he wasn't sure what to do. Like, should I grab it or should I, and I think he grabbed it, but I didn't even want to look. It was like one of those car accidents where you like, I can't even look at it. Like, I could feel his pain, like you said, like, he couldn't figure out which way to go. And you're on the spot and you're around other parents, and I don't know. Right. It was just something that had me thinking. But yeah, I think you could do that. I probably would have kept the lightheartedness and be like, all right, well, it's going to be kind of hard to play baseball with that, or play the sport without the equipment.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I got you.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. No, because I've had Macy do that, like with her friend. She's trying to act big, and it's like, all right, I'll give you your moment. That's another thing. I'll give you your moment here in front of your friends. Oh, look how cool you are. Then we get in the car and I rip into you. Like, don't you ever talk to me like that again. But then with girls, what I find with girls, it's just waterworks. At least with my girls, it's just immediate tears. Like, I didn't even hit you. What you crying about?
Avery gets real quiet, and she's like, like brings it down. Like there's no tears. I don't think you can really. She doesn't cry real easily, but she'll, So all I think she knows. Kylie used to know. I used to give her a look, and she knew when she had crossed the line. Avery, I just pull her in close and whisper into her ear, like, sit your
goddamn. Yeah, I think with Macy too. I think she knows the look too, but I think the look can honestly make Macy like buckle. Like, she will shut down, and she doesn't want anybody looking at her, or she doesn't want anybody, like, she knows she's in trouble. And but then I think she thinks like, well, if I start crying and do all the waterworks, then he'll go easier on me, because I don't want no crying. I'm like, oh, what are you crying about? Yeah. I think that's part of it. But that's interesting. That's interesting.
Because tonight she was. We went to the Royals game. That's why I have my Royals shirt on.
I see that. I see that.
Yes. Our softball team had Liberty Parks and Rec had some deal. They gave out free tickets. Blah blah blah. So we were sitting with a lot of her friends from softball, and she was bouncing off the walls, man. She was being extra, and I had to grab her, I had to corral her, bring her in close, and let her know. And even that, she was still, bouncing off the walls. I don't know if it was the lemonade she had or what, but
I was gonna. So that was gonna be my question.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And here's the deal. I went there thinking, you know what? Jamie's going to treat ourselves. I mean, it was me and April.
Right.
So I was like, I'm good, but I made sure we ate before. So like we weren't starving when we got there, and we could make wise choices. Because when you're hungry, you're just like, give me that. I'll take 2 of those, that, yeah. So we're getting there and we're walking through, and we run into one of the other softball families. And the mom happened to mention, oh yeah, today's $1 hot dog night. And I was like, ooh. It was like you could hear the record scratching.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I just ate. I'm full. But now that you mentioned $1 hot dogs, I become hungry. And so I was like, okay, so yeah, I got myself 2 hot dogs. I managed to make myself hungry. Went and got 2 dogs, and I was like, you know what? Father of the year, I'm gonna buy Avery her lemonade, because the 2 of the other girls had already started eating stuff, and I was like, all right, I knew I was gonna have to buy her something because she's gonna be around friends. But I wanted to buy her something while she had a full stomach. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was just surprised that, like, out of everything that the stadium has to offer for a child, she picked a lemonade. That's what she wanted.
That's all because she was full. But now take that. The one of the other girls came back with this brownie. It looked like a freaking brick. I mean, it was, it was huge, and I could see the wheels turning, and Avery, she was just like, the sugar was already like jumping from the brownie into her bloodstream. Like immediately. But the dad went like all the way down. We were in the high class seats, right in front of the seat.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. And the dad had gone down to like the first level. I'm like, I ain't doing all that. I probably would have gotten her one if it was up where we were, but yeah, she was good with just the lemonade.
So did you guys get like discounted like group rate tickets or something?
Well, I guess Liberty Parks and Rec had some deal with the Royals where the Royals wanted to show we had access to batting practice, and this, like, we could have gotten in there at like 4 something. Game starts at like 6:50, and Bobby's joining us.
Hey,
Bobby,
welcome.
Looks like you're underwater.
You can't do this. You can't say we're not doing it, and then we're not doing it, and we're not doing it. Oh, by the way, jump on. We're on. I'm like, dude,
we can do it because we just did it. It just happened.
It just got did. Anyway, so where my story? So basically, he's pissed.
He's mad. Look at him. But he could have stayed off camera to be mad. Look at him.
Let's just make fun of him right now.
He's so downtrodden.
He's sad.
Look at the heavy breath. Do you see the heavy sigh?
Are you crestfallen, brother?
He's
not listening to you.
I am not.
All right. Anyway,
but why, Bobby? Okay, finish your story.
So basically, long story short, we had access. Yeah, we got free tickets for the players and 3 coaches, and then parents got discounted tickets. But so few players were interested in going that most of the parents got free tickets. So anyway, that was it.
Okay.
So Bob, how are you? How was your evening?
Well, it was fine until I felt like I had to rush down here to do this because you guys changed your mind at the last minute. I bet Andy's not going to come on.
Oh, I'm sure he won't.
You guys,
he wasn't going to come on if we did this at the regular time.
No, that's not true. I mean, it's just you guys say we're not doing it, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, we're doing it now.
No, time out. No one ever said we weren't doing it. You were the one that said I'd rather not. But Jamie said I'll have to do it late because I'm going to the Royals game, and I said I'll have to get off early because I got to go pick up Parker at the airport. Well, Jamie's done with the Royals game. Parker's flight got canceled.
Andrew said we should just do it tomorrow. I said, should we try tomorrow? Andrew said we should just try tomorrow. I said I agree. I'd rather do it.
Well, Jamie's got four wieners in his belly, and so I caught my second win.
Dude, Jamie's got 4 wieners in his belly.
1 wiener, 2 wieners, then 2 more. Oh man, I was
down a glizzy gobbler. He's a glizzy gobbler.
And now my stomach hurts, so I probably won't be able to go to bed for a while.
So he wanted to record. And I'm always up to record. If I'm available, let's record, man. Let's get guests. Let's get people on. Let's put more content out there. We need more content. Look how sad he is.
I know. He's so upset. Bob, have you watched the Pee Wee Herman documentary?
No.
You haven't watched it?
No.
No.
Brother, look, you don't need to be here if you're going to be pouting.
I'm going to see if Andrew's going to join, but I'm guessing he's asleep because you guys said basically we had agreed or, we had talked about not doing it today.
He's always asleep at this time anyway. Let's all just sit and wait quietly.
Brothers don't shake hands. Brothers gotta hug.
Anyway,
I did see the Pee Wee Herman documentary, Jamie. I've only seen part one I've only seen part one though. Have you seen part two?
Yeah, I wrapped it up today.
I was gonna watch part 2 today, but my favorite Mexican restaurant is going to cease to exist on Saturday.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. I still haven't gone, so I probably will never get to experience the greatest Taco Tuesday of all time.
And today was Taco Tuesday, and I'm so full of tacos that actually I'm full of chips. I only had 1 taco. The other one's in my fridge. I'm full of chips and full of fundito dip.
Fundito dip? Is that what they call it in Mexico? Fundito?
What's it called? Fundido? Fundido?
Is that a real thing or is that an American thing?
I don't speak Mexican. I don't know.
Fundido? I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, where's our drops? I don't know. It's cheese and chorizo, and they give you tortillas with it, and it's fabulous. And so, I'm completely full on 1 taco, but great tacos. What's the matter, Bob?
Nothing.
There was so much stuff I was going to tell you we needed to talk about that I didn't bring up last week, and now I can't think of it off the top of my head now.
Your internet is terrible, Jamie. I didn't hear anything you just said, and you're frozen.
Anyway.
Should we just release this as like a little 20-minute interlude and try it again? Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. Yeah, dude. We played the intro. He didn't realize we were recording.
Yes.
Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why he was pouting. You didn't realize we were recording. You jumped in the middle of us recording.
Look that didn't sound where it says 19 minutes. We're 19 minutes in.
That didn't sound more professional to you than when we just sit around and do nothing. Like we're actually engaging.
Dude, I had no idea you guys were actually recording this.
Yeah, this is good stuff, man. This is hot.
Okay, I will engage then. I didn't realize we were recording. Stupid.
Oh, here we go.
He's gonna put on the.
Let me tell everybody this. The 2 people that listen.
I don't like you either.
Let me tell the 2 people that are.
I didn't know the real Bobby.
Let me tell
the diva that we have to deal with.
If Jamie will stop talking, let me tell the 2 people that were watching this. What happened was earlier today, we as a brother group on our text chat had agreed to group chat had agreed to record tomorrow. Then 5 minutes later, these guys say, "Oh no, let's do it now. Let's do it now."
Oh,
let me stop you there. Let me stop you there. Nobody agreed on anything. Andrew said we should probably do it tomorrow, and then you were like, "Yeah, I don't want to do it without." I mean, nobody agreed on anything, right? Am I right?
Let's just make this a mini.
The reason nobody agreed on anything is because you guys didn't answer the question. You guys didn't respond to the text. But
well, as I said before,
as I read it earlier, it was let's just agree
read it
to
out
do
loud
it tomorrow. And then just because you don't respond doesn't mean that the answer is no. We should just try tomorrow. No. Hold on. For everybody out, I'm going to tell them.
Let's let it out. Let it out.
Here we go. 5:10 p.m. Jamie says, going to the Royals game. I won't be able to record until pretty late. Rudy says,
Okay.
I'm picking up Park at the airport at midnight. May drive up.
Did you hear that?
Okay. So then I say,
wait. Okay. Rudy said, because Jamie played a drop. So Rudy said what after? Read the Rudy line again.
Picking up Park at the airport at midnight. May drive up to Omaha to see the game tomorrow night.
Okay.
Which I reply, so should we try tomorrow with a question mark?
But why would we try tomorrow if I'm driving up to the game tomorrow?
I don't know. I was just throwing that out. I'm saying, should we not record today?
Okay, gotcha. Okay, should we try tomorrow? Okay.
My comment was, should we try tomorrow? You say, Rudy, you guys could go tonight, and I could jump on if you guys are still doing it. Which, by the way, side note, I think is a terrible
That's shocking.
idea. Just like what I stepped into right now. Jamie says sure, and then Andrew says we should just try.
And that's not me.
It's not me.
Playing the shocking drop?
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Not me.
All right, continue, Bobby.
Jamie says we should just try. No, hold on. Jamie says sure. Andrew says we should just try tomorrow. I say I agree. I'd rather do it with all four of us. Again, not doing it with all four of us, by the way. I would rather do it with all four of us tomorrow. Then you say that, Rudy, there's a chance I won't be there tomorrow. That's where we left it. That was it. Then 9 o'clock, 9:12. Parker's flight's delayed till tomorrow. I'm up for later tonight. Meanwhile, in the 4 hours between us agreeing that we weren't going to record, yes, from 5:10 to 9:12, basically I was under the assumption and the impression that we were not going to record tonight. Then you guys say 9:10 p.m. flight's delayed until tomorrow. I'm up for later tonight. Jamie, do it. I'll be on. Headed home. I'm like, dude, what we had 4 hours ago implicitly agreed that we were not recording tonight. Now all of a sudden, plans change. We're going to record. And we still drop in money. So we just so what are we talking about?
Well, so far we talked to Jamie presented a good question about
Yes.
But we've already crossed that bridge.
Yeah. And meanwhile, I'm texting Andrew seeing if he's going to join because I didn't even realize that you guys are actually recording this.
Yeah, we probably should have mentioned that as approached.
We probably should have mentioned what?
We probably should have mentioned we were recording when he came on.
So, I don't think
when you
top left, because I usually think that we're gonna come here as a group, gather our thoughts, figure out what we're going to talk about, and then record.
Are you a little under the weather, Bob? Seems you got a little bit of a cough.
I've got it's allergies. I've got something stuck in my throat for the last several days. It's just
I bet you do.
Big old hog. Sorry. So were you doing
speaking of which, should we talk about Memorial Day? Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
What were you saying, Bob? No, but I was going to ask Bob, like, what were you doing? Was it something that we drug you away from?
No, I mean, yes and no. Yes, I was being asked to do something upstairs. I was being asked to do something
Oh,
That's what it
online,
is.
look
We-
at
we-
something,
we've
look something
got
up.
He's pissed.
And
That's
in my mind,
shocking.
I'm thinking,
Nobody
who's
hit
hitting
that.
I don't know. I'm not hitting. I promise I'm not hitting shocking. Where's
that?
That's weird.
Anyway.
Nobody else is on this.
is Andrew on and he's just not telling us? And he just keeps saying shocking. Okay, I've got my eye on I don't know. But so you're being asked to do something and this pulled you away and you had to tell whoever it was you were doing something for that, hey, I got to go down and record. Is that what it was?
Not only that, it was simply the fact that in my mind, I had come to believe that I had the whole night because I still got to do something with Tomas when he gets home. We got to do some stuff online. He's gotten a job, and so he's out with friends right now. But we've got to do the I-9 verification. So I've got things I've got to do,
Where's he working?
and I
Where's he
believe
working?
that I was going to have a free night tonight because 4 hours
Is he
ago,
working at Andy's?
5 hours ago, we decided we weren't recording.
Is he somewhere? Is he working somewhere where we can get a discount?
Yeah.
Nice chopper.
Ah,
You steal
Same
everything
one.
there anyway. We talked about that on a previous episode. You go to the self checkout and steal everything anyway.
Well, if you're not going to put an employee at the price register, then
price register,
that's price. We used to call them price. Didn't we used to call them price registers?
cash register.
Cash registers. Whatever. The point is, if you're going to trust me to do it, that's your fault.
I
One
think
for me, one for
parts. I don't really know what his job is.
He's the cart guy. Is this the price chopper Xavier used to work at? Oh no, because you guys moved since then, haven't you?
He was high V. Xavier was high V. Tomas.
Ooh, so it's a battle of the grocery stores, huh?
Not really. You're reading.
I'm gonna go to Tomas's price chopper and take all the carts and just put them outside on rainy days. Well, he's not home though, so you're not missing out on anything yet, though.
Again, in my mind, I was relaxing. I was thinking, okay, what else do I have to do on my personal to-do list? In fact, for the first 5 minutes that apparently I was on this podcast and didn't realize it, I'm still looking at my list of things to do that I got to get.
Why don't you share it with us?
Do is hang out with your brothers. That's what you have to do.
Share it with us. We asked for one day a week.
I didn't come in the proper mindset because, again, 5 hours ago we decided we weren't doing this tonight.
Well, share it with us. Let's hear your list.
No,
maybe we can help you with some of it.
No, it's actually pretty boring.
What's on your honeydew list?
That's not good television. That's not good entertainment.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
I mean, I'm looking at it, and there's nothing on here that's going to be interesting.
That's shocking.
Dude,
I did that one. I did that one. I did that one because I'm shocked that there's nothing exciting on his list. No, dude, I'm sorry. Yeah, I always feel like we can just jump in. We're shooting the shit. Tuesday nights is brother night. We can cut it now.
Show without Bill.
I believe there's probably a show without Theo or without Rudy.
Yeah, but they were side players. You don't do the main cast. They always had the mom and dad. They always had Rudy. She was probably in every episode.
I don't know if we should be comparing things to Bill Cosby.
Wasn't there a Brady Bunch episode where it was like just cousin Oliver and like none of the Bradys or something?
Yeah, when that happened, we turned it off, didn't we? I mean, we didn't really care for those episodes.
I loved Oliver.
Oliver, idiot.
You were getting the
that guy was
second.
an idiot.
You were getting the second.
Oliver. Oliver was cool. Yeah. They jumped the shark with Oliver. That was part of my best man speech on Andy for Andy's wedding. So maybe one day we'll play that as a clip. That was good. It's on YouTube somewhere. But anyway.
Okay. Well, best Brady Bunch episode. Go. And go.
Bobby gets lost at the Grand Canyon and sticks wieners in his flashlight with the Indian boy.
I would go with the Hawaii, the tiki thing that where Greg's riding the surfboard contest.
Yeah,
and he gets hit in the head because he had
also
that
very
idol.
Yeah.
What about you, Bob?
I don't know.
He's not in the right mindset.
Yeah, this is not what I was planning to talk about. So, I mean,
Remember when Tiger kept stealing everything and taking it in the doghouse?
Yeah,
That was one of my favorites.
Kitty carry
carry-all.
cries a lot.
Kitty
carry.
Kitty
Can
carry-all.
he really just get up and go take a crap while we're recording?
He should have taken us with him.
Like
Look, we can cut it. I think this is a good little. I don't know if I'm gonna be available tomorrow.
Like Frank Drebin in the Naked Gun. We're gonna hear. He's probably took his microphone with him, and we're gonna hear him wiping his butt.
Right. Hey, if we do record tomorrow, I'll go upstairs right now and listen to or watch the second episode of or second half of Pee Wee.
Yes.
And
You can't record tomorrow because you're going to Omaha. Remember to see Jack Caglione?
yeah, no, but you seem to want to do it without me. I'm the only one you don't want to do it without, Bob.
Huh?
You're very you're very conscious of having all of us here, but when I say I'm going to Omaha, you're like, "Oh, we can do it tomorrow." Like,
No, I didn't.
We don't need
I
it.
said that before you said you were going to Omaha.
Check again. I think my Omaha was before yours.
After you said there's a chance I
out.
won't be there tomorrow, I did not say anything.
All right, we need to go out on a high note here.
So we're going out?
What do we have?
This is it?
We're not
Yeah.
releasing this, are we? We're not seriously
we are.
releasing
Yeah.
this.
Absolutely, we
It's
are.
like a mini episode, like a they have mini Bluey episodes that are like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
long.
It's a mini, Bob. It's a mini.
It would have been a better mini had I known we were recording when I came on. I wouldn't have.
I think that made it
Spoiler
better.
I wouldn't have showed my.
People,
I wouldn't have showed my true emotions.
yeah, people need to see that.
It would have been more engaging and entertaining.
They need to
Yeah,
make
people
sure
need
we're
to know
not
who
putting
you
on a
see
mask. Yeah. We're not putting on a
Plus, how
face.
can we
for-
release this? You don't even have the fourth member of our crew here.
Dude, it's not a regular episode. I'll change it. It's not episode 69.
It's a non-official game.
Rain delay. I think this should be a rain delay. You just got to cancel it. You didn't get the 4 innings in. You just got to start over. Scrap it.
I think
it doesn't
I think
official. Stats don't count. None of it. Start over.
we had a good conversation before you got on here, Bob. We really did. You should check it out. Check it out. Episode 69.
No, it's not episode 69. It's now called bonus. What should I call it? Bonus episode?
Bonus Chonus.
Speaking of BON, who came up with the name Boner for a character in the 80s sitcom?
Boner
Can we
Stone
agree
on
that
Growing
that's probably
Pains?
the most inappropriate name for a character in a
Boner.
TV show?
Okay, what are the worst nicknames on TV shows? There's Cockroach on the Cosby Show. Isn't it Cockroach? Isn't that a guy's name?
Yeah, Cockroach on the Cosby Show. That was Theo's friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cockroach.
No, nothing beats Boner, right? Boner.
Boner.
Bone,
Cockroach.
the cake.
I liked.
There was
what was
rerun from What's Happening?
What about Bruh Man from Martin?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Bruh Man from the Fifth Flow.
Megadeth, Stamich.
Megadeth, Stamich. Yeah, Martin. I was gonna say, wait, you said something about Boner.
Tootie?
Do you guys who?
Tootie from
Facts of Life. And by the way, Boner Stone was from the what was the seed?
Growing Pains.
Growing Pains. Yeah.
Growing Pains. Do you guys remember Boner's dad's name?
Was it Sylvester?
Sylvester
Stallone. Hilarious. Great writing. Boner Stallone.
No. His dad is sitting around the table. No. Hear me out. We have a character and we give him a nickname, Boner.
Yeah, that's
a fun fact. Fun Growing Pains fact. Do you know who was the voice of Aladdin in the Disney movie Aladdin?
Was it Ben? Whoever played Ben?
No, it was the. I'm sorry. This is Full House. I'm sorry, wrong show. Full House. It was
the answer to his own question.
Oh, it was Candace. It was the older daughter's boyfriend.
Yeah. He was the voice of Aladdin.
Who?
Yeah. Who?
What was his name in the what was his name in the show?
I don't remember.
It was the girl. Do you know the older daughter, Kirk Cameron's sister?
Candace Cameron.
Yeah.
What was her
Candace
name in the
Cameron.
show?
Yeah, I can't remember. DJ Tanner,
DJ.
right? Okay, so
Yes,
DJ's boyfriend, he was real dumb, wore a leather jacket.
Don't remember him.
Okay,
Can't
well
picture him. Don't remember him.
that's the voice of
Also,
Aladdin.
another fun fact. I watched every episode of Fuller House. I don't know why I did that, but I did.
Never saw it.
It's a notch on your belt. Those are hours you'll never get back. So I think I watched the first couple episodes just to, get the feel back. And fun fact, I don't know how fun it is, but when I went to San Francisco, I saw the painted houses, like the opening. That's what they're called, painted houses. The little, the houses where they lived. I saw the Tanner's home.
The Paperboy.
The evening TV.
Paperboy. Evening TV. Anyway. All right.
Evening TV. Okay.
Maybe.
You guys have me lost, and I've been lost.
What do you got, Bob? You got anything you want to take us out on? Bob, anything?
I'm not ready to go yet, man.
This can't be a mini if we're going past a half hour.
Good point.
But
I'm not prepared.
Let me end it. How do we end it?
I'm not prepared because I was prepared to do this a different day.
Prepared to be a little bee.
Little bee snatch.
You're going to cut out the part where I came on, right?
No. That's the money shot.
You would assume I know how to edit.
Yeah, we have no skills. Whatever goes on tape once it starts recording, that's what it is.
You blew it! It's both a good and bad thing.
Yeah. All right.
We should.
Worry, nobody's listening anyway.
Nothing. I was just wanting to do more drops. I don't know. All right, let's end it. Make it. You froze up. Jamie froze up. This is a terrible episode. There he is. Jamie, fix your internet.
Somebody paid for better internet.
Yeah, I know. I don't get it. You guys have so much money.
I thought I did too.
All right. Well, guys, it's been fun.
Anyway,
Bob, thanks for joining us.
Let's regroup. And we treated you to a bonus episode. So
a boner episode.
Hey.
Sorry.
Yeah. We will come strong. We'll come heavy with episode 59. 69.
Yeah.
Whoa. Our next episode is episode 69.
69.
We didn't even plan for episode 69. Come on, we got it.
I guess not.
That's what happens.
I want you guys to chew on this. I want you guys to come up with the most overrated food that you're convinced people are pretending to enjoy. Don't say it now. Next time we record. That's your assignment.
Okay, this is not nom. This is bowling. There are rules.
Hey, food that you think people are pretending to enjoy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Maybe tomorrow I'll have a piece of gum too, so I can get rid of this tickle in my throat. Save your jokes for tomorrow. Save your jokes for tomorrow.
All right. All right, take us out of here.
We record. All right.
For our 38-minute mini episode.
I apologize for showing up late. I apologize that my brothers are so unprofessional as to start a program without the full cast. We will see you very shortly with a much better, much more thought out episode. But until next time, stupid.
Not to get into too much troubles, okay?